Hi, so welcome back. We're in Orgrimmar. I've gone to the auction house and put all of my stock of cloth on the auction house. I've bought the epic riding that you can get now at level 40. I've bought some new hunter abilities as well. And now we're at Toomey, the heavy armour merchant in Orgrimmar, and we're going to purchase some mail armour, basically. So a lot of this stuff is like low level. And we can actually get a hat! Amazing. So we can get a chest, a belt, legs, boot, braces, gloves, and a hat. I think that's the best we can get from here.
Farewell.
Okay, so let's put all that stuff on. I'm looking pretty amazing now, I do have to say. Yep. And really, we need a better cloak. So, we don't need a better cloak, but we could do with a better cloak. So let me just consult Wowhead to see where the best cloak is. And unfortunately, there aren't any that we can get from vendors. So we're gonna have to consult the auction house, see if there are any. You're quite fortunate, really. I've just recorded a little guide to auctioneer. It was a bit lengthy, and I forgot that I wasn't recording. So, but anyway, we're gonna go through that now. So we want. I wonder what we've got. Swords, one-handed axes. Generally don't get crap on the auction house, that's the only problem. Junk, what have we got in there? Peeling the onion. Nothing there. Armour, cloth, back. Like I say, we're generally only going to get green items on here. It's just worth checking though, and there's nothing. So that's bad news. So maybe we can pick one of those up when we're out questing. But in the meantime, let's get on. Okay, so now we've got to get all the way back to Dustwallow Marsh. I can't use my Hearthstone. I've still got 11 minutes left on that, so that should be quicker for me to fly. Even though I can't even fly directly up to the flight master, I actually have to walk and get the lift. Oh, I hate Orgrimmar at low levels, it's terrible. But I'm going to fly my way back using a flight path to Dustwallow, and we'll continue on with the questing. And in the meantime, let's whack into fast forward. And, let's do that as quickly as possible. Right, so on the way over, we spotted another rare ooze worm, which I believe is the lowest level worm in the game. So if you're a beastmaster and want a worm early on, this is a good one to get. I'm going to go and kill it, so because I can't train it, because I'm not allowed to use a talent spec. But in the meantime, let's pick up some more quests, because you know. Might as well, eh? While we're here.
Walk with the earth.
Potential customer. Keep it real. I got the best deals anywhere.
I'm not getting a lot of XP for these quests, but pick them up anyway.
Interesting.
Right, and let's go straight out and kill that mob, which I'm not entirely sure where it was, but I think it might be kind of over this way maybe. There's another guy flying there, so we don't want him to get the kill. There he is. Wow, and I didn't know worms could move so quickly. Only 3,000 XP, that was a bit shit really, if I'm being honest, but it is 2 levels below us. Right, look at all these quests we've got, right, let's let's do them in a line. They're all in a line, so let's do them in a line. I think we've got some kind of raptor things over here, a little raptor base from what I remember. Yes, it is sad that I remember such mundane things. And we have to loot these for feathers anyway, so it's all good. And we can see that other guy there doing this quest as well. By the looks of it. Okay, so I'm going to put it into fast forward here, because worst quest type in the world, and I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, so it's another one of these collect quests. Raptor quests that drop feathers, and you know, we've done this same kind of thing in the Barrens, and it's a little bit annoying, but to make it matters worse, there's not enough raptors dotted around this area, so we do have to kind of travel around to try and find them. And we've got another hunter here who's doing the same quests. Now normally, if we weren't doing the Iron Man challenge, I would just team up with him. We've got a named mob that we have to kill, so obviously with 2 people needing to do it, it could mean one of us is going to have to wait. But it spawns basically on top of me, so I get the kill, which is always good. And this guy's basically asking if he could tame that mob. I think he might actually have the same skinned raptor. It's very similar if it's not. And I guess I had to let him know that I was doing the Iron Man challenge. And he's just giving me some mad props for doing that. I think it's very easy to forget when you're playing this game that not everybody has been playing it since the start, or for a number of years. So I suspect that guy there, called Brother, might be a new player. There are quite a lot of new players in the game, believe it or not. So you shouldn't treat everybody like an idiot if they ask stupid questions. I'm not saying he did, but you know, it's actually quite nice to help new players out sometimes. Just tell them where they're going wrong. But anyway, we're moving on to these Dragonkin quests, and I make a bit of a boo-boo here because in this cave there's some types of Dragonkin that we have to kill. I was just checking to see if I had tracked Dragonkin. I don't think. So we're just going to come in here and kill them. And what I miss is there's a quest objective to get in here as well. So I'm just trying to get as many kills as I need very quickly. As is always the case when we come into a cave, I'm always wary about the respawn rate or things. Sometimes you get ones that like patrol around the cave, so it might creep up on you. Although we can take more than one, but it's you know, combine that with respawning and it can cause a lot of trouble. So no, at this point I think there aren't enough for us to kill, so we've got to go over to another location where they're spawning. And that kind of leads on to the next objective. I think it's for this quest or maybe a different quest, but basically, as well as these 4-legged Dragonkin guys, we've also got some little call them whelps, little baby dragonkins that are flying around. Not sure why the whelps fly instead of walk, and the older ones walk instead of fly. I think their wings become redundant or something. Maybe they just fall off it like when they become a teenager. I don't know. But anyway, so we're killing those guys, and that the fact that we need the whelps leads on nicely to the next section as well. So we have to collect some seeds, and there's also a barrel to collect here. So they're all kind of joined up. They lead you in that line that I mentioned earlier, which is pretty good. Then they're not too tightly packed and condensed either, so you can just kind of chain pull, and there's no downtime required, or there's no waiting for, like with the murlocs that we saw in the previous episode, where there's, you know, like 30 or 40 quite tightly packed, and if you get feared in the middle of those or something, it's a definite wipe because you're just going to pull too many. Out here it's nice and simple. So we're picking up our wormtails, we're picking up these seeds, we're killing the whelps. It's all going well, to be honest with you. This was a nice little set of quests. Not the best individual quests, but the fact that they're all chained together does help, because you can just keep going and keep earning that XP. I do remember thinking at the time that they were incredibly boring, but I guess it's a lot easier to watch this stuff back in fast forward than it is to actually do it. You lucky bastards. So we've almost collected enough of those. I think we're waiting for just one thing to drop, and it's just typically in Blizzard fashion, the last item you need for a quest never drops or takes ages, but we finally got it. So just looking at where we're going to head off to next, and we're going to head back to Tabitha's house, I think, once we've picked up all of these wormtails. We need 2 more. So we're going to head off back to Tabitha's house, and we've got a quest to hand in there. And it reminds me that we've also got a quest to do, the Grim Totem weapon, I think it is. And this quest is incredibly annoying, and it leads nowhere. So I think I drop it, but basically we have to use the totem item on these crocodiles. So we have to lure them over to the totem. The totem's on quite a long cooldown, and it's going to zap something from the crocodiles when they die. The caveat being you have to get the killing blow, which is actually quite difficult when you've got a pet. Now normally, if I was doing this on live, not in the Iron Man challenge, I would not use a pet, because that would ensure that me as a player would get the killing blow. It's been bugged, and there's a lot of quests like this where if you're a pet class or you're in a group, they just don't work, and it's really shit, and they really need to change it. There's no need to have the concept of a pet taking a killing blow on a quest over the actual player. It should be counted as the same when it comes to, at least for quests. I can understand it from like log passing and things like that, why you would want to include or count the pet differently from the player. But what is interestingly, one of the ways that the Iron Man challenge is tracked is that they track killing blows, who gets the killing blows. So if you're in a party, you might not get all of the killing blows, and that's tracked in your statistics. And the tracking site will actually check that, and if you've been naughty and played in a party, it won't count you as a legitimate Iron Man challenge player. So there you go. I mean, even from a statistics and tracking point of view, your pet is counted as getting the killing blow. Sorry, your pet's killing blows are counted as you getting the killing blow. So why does it not work on a quest? I don't know. Anyway, we've come back to the cave. We've got that item that we didn't pick up earlier. Now we're back at Brackenwall Village. Let's hand some of these quests in. There's still a lot to do in this zone. I'm going to complete this zone because once I get so far into a zone, I kind of want to complete it. Whilst it's still giving me a certain amount of XP. But there's a lot of quests and they're all tightly packed. You might as well complete it off and finish it. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. I've never seen that item before. That is really nice. Shame we can't use it. And I've got a funny feeling at some point we're going to have to fight Overlord Mokmarok. I'm not sure whether it's now. You good orc, we miss things very much. We like you now. Odin Hofhand. Hofhand? Not seen that before either. Brood of Onyxia. Stonemore village was invaded by the Brood of Onyxia, but why would the daughter of the Black Dragon Lord, Deathwing, descend upon our lands? This is most troubling. Surely Onyxia was driven here for a purpose beyond laying siege to a small band of ogres. Notify Mokmarok at once. Action must be taken. Okay. You leave me alone now. Tell Drazil we stay here. No black dragon here. Okay. There's something funny going on. That lazy coward Mokmarok displayed strength when Rexar was our leader, but soon after Rexar's departure Mokmarok fell prey to temptations of power. Rather than lead, he demanded. He does not serve his people, but rather expects us to serve him. Something must be done. Alexi's brood has been scattered across the Dragon Murk. It is imperative that no more whelps be permitted to hatch. Make haste to Wormbog in the south of Dustwallow Marsh. Surely has made her lair there. Track down the evil dragon's eggs and destroy them. We will never reclaim Stonemore village if the surrounding area remains a breeding ground. As for Mokmarok, I have other plans for that sod. I do not remember this quest. The shoulders would go nicely with the thing we just could have picked up. I'm not sure whether we have to fight Mokmarok. Find ore Ogron in the southeast of Brackenwall village. But before we do that, let's empty our bags because we picked up a lot of shit. Right, let's go and talk to Ogron. Let's actually go and talk to Ogron instead of going the wrong way. Ogron appears to be in a little hole. Not sure what he's doing. Shh, keep voice down, Crocs hear you. Took a long time, but I found Wreath. He hide good for a human. Ogron worried he might be crazy after so much time in swamp. You come with me, before we go get answers from him. And we can get a gun from this. It's nicely colour coordinated with our skin. And we can't use it, so it's irrelevant. I noticed that fire on the island over there. A human. I'm not sure what's going to happen in this quest, so let's just clear out some of these mobs, just in case. Paval Wreath. That's Wreath, alright. Let's go see what he has to say, yeah. I don't know. But what do you want? Just leave me alone. I swear I didn't steal anything from you. Here, take some of my supplies. Just go away. Just tell us what you know about the Shady Resting and I won't bash your skull in. Well, I may have taken a little thing or two from the inn, but what would an ogre care about that? Look here, if you don't tell me about the fire... Uh-oh. Oh, God. Pavel Wreath found you at last and consorting with ogres now. No fair, even deserters and traders off. It's going too quick. Afforded some mercy. Private show Lieutenant Wreath mercy. Oh my God. Alright, let's take these one at a time. Whew. Right. Wreath staggers backwards as the arrow lodges itself deeply in his chest and he dies. Oh. Hallen, I didn't think you had it in you. Right. Must be a lucky day, alright, I'll talk. Just leave me alone. Look, you're not going to believe it, but... That's a shame. Looks like we would have actually found out what happened to the Shady Rest Inn. Let's go back to, in fact, the Shady Rest Inn. We have a quest to hand in there. But for those mobs there, all turned on me at once, and that took off half my health in one hit, and that's why we need Feign Death. Otherwise, I wouldn't have needed to Feign Death, because I would have actually been dead. Wow, this road goes all the way to the Barrens. I've never even noticed that on the way in. Did I get a flight path? I think I got a flight path in, that's probably why I didn't notice.
What can I do for you?
The Inspector regards you with what can be disdain and distrust. Leave this place, errand boy, or I'll be sure to bring a contingent of guard with me next time to sink the lesson home.
For the Alliance. Light be with you.
We've picked... I think those quests were... That quest was to lead into... into the Shady Rest Inn, in case we hadn't picked up the items already, which we obviously had. It is good that Wreath will no longer be lurking around in the swamp, but it is a shame that humans are built so frail that he could not recover from a little arrow wound. It seems that this thread of the mystery has led nowhere, and we must look elsewhere.
May your blades never dull.
The humans claimed much of the Dustwallow marsh for themselves, but the Stonewall clan, with our help, has been able to push them back. I remember now. Mozarn is a well-respected blacksmith in Thunderbluff. I knew I had heard his name somewhere before. In thanks, the Earthen Ring awarded me with a set of armour crafted by Mozarn. Very good work. Perhaps he can tell you more about the shield he crafted. It's not much of a lead, but since we didn't get anything useful out of Wreath, it's all we have. Show the blackened iron shield to Mozarn in Thunderbluff. Which means we're going to have to fly over all the way over there, but I guess before we do that we'll go and hand all these other quests in. Okay. Brog, pleased with these feathers. Very strong magic, Brog. Not to know what raptors do to give feathers power, but raptor feathers always best for ritual.
Time is money, friend. Hurry back.
Yeah, what do you want?
Thank you, this will help keep our guys going out in the field until Moxie returns with the rest of the supplies from the Zeppelin crash.
Glad I could help.
Okay, right, so we've still got some quests to do. The quests keep coming. But we're going to follow up with this shield quest in...
Talk to me.
What's West Reach
Keep it
Summit?
real.
Is that this thing up here? I don't know, but we're not going there yet anyway, so...
Yo,
I can fly, we're going to go to Thunder Bluff.
hurry back.